Hello shell buddies and welcome to the Echoue Bijoux channel. This time we're gonna make a sheller out of John's brother.
The toll booths on the Skyway are now shut down, no cash accepted. And look at this little beauty. Look at that. Junonia John, striking again. That's a great alternate talon. Look at that, looks like a record. Oh, I just saw a little wilk in there. I think I did. Look at this little tiny wilk, and he's so pretty.
So the progression continues. I turn John into a sheller, John's turning his brother into a sheller. Just so fun to have a new shell buddy to go to the beach with us. Actually, too, we have John's brother Luke and a friend of his named Cindy from up in his neck of the woods on the other side of the bay. They came with us and met us at Sunset Beach Treasure Island for a fun shell outing that we had a really good time at. And I hope you're ready to learn some cool new stuff this week because we're going to do some comparisons on shells that look alike when you're out on the beach and how to tell the differences in them. Let's head to Sunset Beach and see what nifty stuff we can find.
The toll booths on the Skyway are now shut down, no cash accepted. Drive through, they'll bill by plate or by your sun pass. Man, that made things so much faster. And people aren't driving like idiots because they haven't been sitting in a line waiting and getting all agitated. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, that didn't last long.
Got through the toll booths great. Now we're sitting in traffic very close to the exit. Well, 4 miles from the exit anyway. Not really sure what all is going on here.
We sat here for quite a few minutes, so I've just fast forwarded this like 20x speed to get through the sitting around waiting part.
Oh, hello, here we go. There's our problem right there. Yep. This guy with the Bronco needs a weapon. Yeah, we got a wreck all right. 3 cars, no wonder. Explains it.
Yep, things have changed over at the Skyway Bridge. So if you haven't been here for a while, just be aware now. There are no more change takers out at the toll booths. They don't do that anymore. Now it's strictly SunPass or a bill that gets mailed to your home based on the snapshot that they took of your license plate.
Beach day checklist. Good vibes, no trash left behind, fill in sand holes. We are at Sunset Beach Treasure Island today. And the little posts are new. They've got some dune grasses planted. So they've done a few things since we were here last. The scarping has been smoothed out, I guess, from continual wave action. So the cliffs we were seeing are kind of not there anymore. Got a little willet in the surf here. And a couple of shells on the beach. Let's see what we got. Ooh, what we got here? Oh yes, right off the bat. Look at all this cool stuff. All right. Woo! Calico scallop. Nice big coquina. Lady in Waiting Venus. A jingle. And look at this little beauty. Look at that.
All right, this is a fun little find. Every once in a while, a little bit confusing though if you're not used to seeing them. The Semele Bella Striata, the beautiful Semele, aka also known as the cancelet Semele. On the Bailey Matthews site, when you click on the name from that previous picture, it'll take you to this listing right here for it, so you can get a little bit better look at the shell and find out a little more about it, like the fact that it usually doesn't get bigger than an inch at all. Beautiful pink, tan, brown, cream, gray markings on it. Now, there is, however, another shell in the Gulf that looks an awful lot like this, They're known as paper cockles. You have a spiny paper cockle and a broad paper cockle, and they can look an awful lot like the cancelet semele, but there are some differences, so let's highlight those. Paper cockles have ridges that extend all the way out to the edge of the shell, and you can see that rough like sawtooth edging on the sides of the shell from those ribs. That makes them a little different along with their width and color. You can tell here by looking at that top shell, look at the edge of that. That's where the ribs actually terminate on the edge of the shell. That's what that jagged sawtooth edge is actually from, is the termination of those ribs. Now, cancelet semele doesn't have that at all. It has these fine cross-hatched lines vertically and horizontally around the shell, which makes it feel like a tweed texture almost. Nothing like the paper cockle at all. No big protruding ribs, no roughness on the edge of the shell. Now, if you look at the distribution map for both of these, the paper cockles and the cancelet semeles, the cancelet is a little more prevalent than the paper cockle, but they would both be found in my area. But besides the difference in the ribs, the cancelet semeles stay pretty small. The paper cockles can get to be big, almost 2 inches. So there's that difference in itself. But there's also differences in how the hinging mechanism on both of these shells works. Here's the difference between the two of them actually here. Semeles have a hinge ligament on the inside of their shell that will pull them shut. Paper cockles have a ligament that's on the outside of the shell that sort of pulls them open as opposed to pulling them shut. Now this is all new for me. I didn't know any of this stuff either, so just wanted to point out some of those differences to help you learn the difference when you're looking at them on the beach yourself when you find one.
Good. Well, semele, right out the gate. All right, Sunset Beach. Hell yeah. Sweet. Ooh, look at that coquina. Pretty and red. Nice. Very nice, very nice. Some great little shells out here. All right, and we're not far. I mean, that's right where we parked. What do you got, Johnny?
What do you think?
Is it a piece of J? You gotta be kidding me. Junonia John, striking again. Look at that. Heck yeah, baby. John's J-piece, Sunset Beach.
Got one too.
Where? That might be calico clam. Let's take a look.
Scallop. Yeah, I don't know if I don't want any shell.
That's a baby bay scallop. And then this is a piece of a spotted slipper.
Whatever.
Fun. All right, how cold is the water? That's the next question. Ooh, that's not bad. Usually in this little edge right here, see where the waves just break? We call that the break line. And right here in the break line and the swash zone, there's usually shells too.
Obviously, I have mobility problems. You see my walker in every shot. John has balance problems on the sand. He has to use a cane or otherwise he'll tip over. Cindy has mobility problems and uses her rollator, and John's brother Luke also has some balance issues because he had a stroke a few years ago. And yet, despite all of that, here all four of us are enjoying Sunset Beach. There's a famous quote, and you can attribute it to whoever you want. Multiple people have said it at this point, but if you think you can or you think you can't, either way you're right. So think that you can. Don't let physical limitation or misconception in your mind really stop you from doing what's in your heart.
Do you guys get anything yet?
It was at least that big.
So Sunset Beach has been goofy for a little while since the storms. They did a massive renourishment out here. All of those rocks, they covered like all of that stuff. And that's where the shells used to pile up. Now they do pile up further down the pass. We'll have to see if, you know, me and Cindy have the wherewithal for that. All right, these are broken fighting conchs. Florida fighting conchs. There you go. Oh, just ditch them if you don't want them.
So this is Luke's first time shelling, like, ever. And he's not really sure what he wants to pick up, but he knows he wants some shells with holes in them for a project that he's working on. And we'll get a look at that at the end of the video.
Ooh, look at this pretty little purple one. That's lovely. Oh, purple coquinas. Man, there are coquinas all over the place. Look at that. There, 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 there. Loads of these little beauties. I like this white one. The water's kind of pleasant, not cold. I mean, not warm enough that I'd go swimming, but not freeze your feet, jump out either. Probably about 75 degrees, nice breeze this morning, very pleasant. Good gracious, I can't believe I found that little Semele right off the bat. That was awesome. And this place will produce limpets too. I'm lucky limpets here very often. What we got here? Is this a baby quahog? Ooh, no. Princess Venus. And I can tell because of this kind of snubbed off, squared off front. And it's just old enough to have lost those little zigzag lines. That's pretty shelf. We'll take that.
And now we have some more lookalikes from the Gulf. Princess Venus clams, Lady-in-Waiting Venus clams, Southern quahogs, and the Lightning Pitar or Lightning Venus clam. Now each one of these has a little bit different shape to them. When they're small, it's a little harder to tell, but the princess is a little squared off there in the front of the shell. The Lady-in-Waiting is more like a diamond shape on that shell. The Southern quahog is kind of round, not so squared off, and that's the one that gets really, really big, up to almost 6 inches actually when that's full grown. And then we have the Lightning Venus or Lightning Pitar, which will only get to be about 2 inches, but it's more of a thinner, smoother type clam. When they're younger especially, they can all kind of look alike, so shape is really going to help guide you with these shells to figure out which one that you actually have when you find it on the beach. Now, the quahog and the Princess Venus would probably look the closest, but the thickness of the shell and the shape is a giveaway.
So this is the first time John's brother's ever been shelling. Or breaking him in. He's out there in the water seeing what he can come up with. So low tide was at like 2 a.m. and we're not gonna have a mid today. So it's gonna be on the way up all the way till this early part of the afternoon. Oh, look at the little willet. Hi, buddy. You're so cute. Our high tide line would be at the base of this dune over here. You can tell all this sand's gotten wet. A spiny jewel box. Just half of one. A little tiny spiny. Cutie pie. Whoop. I have my scoop. I don't know why I'm not using it. Ugh. There we go. Nice little tiny spiny jewel box. He's cute. So yeah, our high tide line is getting to the base of this line right here. but I don't see any shells in it. Now, we have had winds out of the east that have been between 10 and 30 miles an hour now for like a week and a half straight. Sometimes that'll bring shells in, other times it'll kind of push them out. Lots of great colored coquinas down here. And then this is going to be the lady in waiting Venus. Got that kind of diamondy shape to it. Pretty little shell too. So we came to Sunset today because, I mean, Pass a Girl is hard for me. And I don't know that Cindy would be able to swing that one with her rollator walker. So we came someplace where we knew things would be kind of flat. Come out here and goof off. Another lady in waiting. And an alternate talon. Nice. That's a great alternate talon. Look at that. It looks like a record. That's so cool. Is that a prickly cockle? It is. Nice little prickly cockle there. Not an albino, just a standard one. It's still very beautiful with the peach and purple in there. Great colors. I'm gonna leave that guy though, because I have a lot. Now, that jingle though, I'm gonna pick up. Because jingle flowers are amazing.
Wait a minute, jingle shell flowers? What is that? Well, if you saw my entries from the show this February, take a look at that little yellow flower right there on the branch. That's on my little egret project. That flower is made out of yellow jingle shells. It makes a really natural looking petal and a really lovely, delicate looking flower.
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
And we have another cancel at Semele, and this one's even more beautiful than the first one I picked up with all of these great colors on it. Wow.
Wow, that's a really, really cool find too. Heck yeah. So John's on the other side of the rocks. He's moving downwards. There's a lot of fishermen here. And there are some other shellers, not a lot. This place is generally more laid back than Pass a Girl. Pass a Girl usually has a lot of people at it. But I'm really, really impressed with this. That's a nice little unusual, uncommon find. Beautiful. Look at all the tiny goodness down here. There's the Light Atlantic Semele. A little faded out one. Barely got the pink up in the top. Ow! That's my keys smacking me in the face. Another lady in waiting. Look at these wonky coquinas. There's so many of them. And coquinas are a good sign. That means that the beach and waterway is pretty healthy. They don't like dirty beaches, so nice to see them. There's a cute little funky prickly cockle with something wrong with it. Look at this. Like a double thickness separation here. You know me and my weirdos. I always will take a weirdo. One's really pale too. I like it. I like it. So, we got a prickly cockle with something weird going on with it. A white Atlantic Semele and a lady in waiting Venus clam. A little juvenile lady in waiting Venus clam. Sweet. Alright, so pieces of other things getting washed in here as I'm moving around this rock outcrop, this little stone jetty here. There's a nice little broad-ribbed cordita. Very cool. I always like looking over here by the rocks, see if anything's been stuck. And usually this little spot over here by this jetty. The shells tend to congregate, even in the spring when there's less of them. Now look at this. There is a bunch of shells here, but some of the stuff is under the water. Look, there's an olive out there rolling around. That's chilly. Let's get that olive before it runs away. Yeah. Nice little lettered olive, very glossy, smooth and slick. There's another. Ah. Oh no. There it is. There's some nice olives. That's cold. Woohoo! Yeah, there's quite a bit going on out here in the water below the jetty, actually. But John doesn't usually like heavy water shelling. I don't know if Semele will be able to take her rollator in here. Salt water won't be great for the bearings on the wheels. So, I mean, not that it's great for the hinges on my walker either, but for the most part, I can keep the worst of it out of the top part of the walker. Oh my. Look at all this stuff over here. Oh. And I got a nice little jingle. And a serif. So yeah, there's definitely shells here.
Pro tip, if the beach looks kind of empty, look in the water or under sand. They don't really disappear, they just sort of hide a little.
But the way it is right now with the spring tides, our nice lows are happening at like midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. So we're not getting our good low tides like we like in the mornings. Not as low as we like anyway. Yeah, I just got soaked again. But definitely some stuff here. Let's go check this pile up here. John said there's nothing in it, but we have different eyes. Sometimes I study stuff he misses. Yeah, see, we got a little pile up over here. And there's a little bit of stuff scattered on the beach, basically the same as what was behind me. But what do we got right here? Okay, whenever I see this, I know there's more. I know there is. Look at this. Look at all the stuff that's under here. So there is a lot more shells than you think. A lot of it is buried. Alright, so John didn't see anything in here, but like I said, we look at things differently. I may see stuff that he never even saw. Or he might be right. I might not find a thing. Alright, he's walking back north. Luke's walking back north. Cindy's over here by the rocks, enjoying herself and shelling away. I'm gonna poke around in here for a minute. These crazy sea grape leaves and everything. Those slippers, arcs, crossbarred Venuses mostly. A few broken pieces of teasy things. Like a teasy piece of horse conch and a teasy piece of a whelk. Some scallops mixed in here. Look at that tiny little broad-rib cardita. Oh, isn't that cute? That's adorable. Huh? Oh, cutie pie. That's fun. Yeah, tinies make me happy. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, I dropped my little baby broad rib. Alright, what do we got here? Get this oyster popped off of that. Yep, nothing but shells inside of it. So, ribbed cantharus or Gulf oyster drill. That's what we have here. I'm gonna go with ribbed cantharus because of the shape of this. Gulf oyster drills are a little, I think, a little different. But this is, again, one of the ones I'm going to look up because the color on the two shells can be identical almost.
Wow, another set of beach lookalikes that you really gotta refer to the book to kind of get the difference between the two of them. This is the Florida Living Beaches book. No, I'm not sponsored. No, I'm not an affiliate. It's just a fantastic resource to have on your desk. So open it up and take a look at the ribbed cantharus and the Gulf oyster drill. These two look super similar to each other on the beach, and they are very difficult to tell the difference between them unless you take a closer look at the siphon canal on the Gulf oyster drill and realize that it's longer. Putting the two side by side, it's even tough. I mean, the stripes are even the same. But if you look at the Gulf oyster drill, it has that slightly longer siphon canal and stretched out hole, where the ribbed cantharus is a little more squat in that respect. So what we have here is the ribbed cantharus.
And really the only way you can tell the difference between them is the siphon canal right here and the hole that's in it. And my experience says this canal should be a little longer if it's a Gulf oyster drill. It would be a good sized Gulf oyster drill.
A lot of tricky little lookalikes today.
Little worm snail, Florida worm snails. They look drunk. Not as tightly and neatly coiled as the West Indian. Nice little calico scallop. Now that guy's nicer actually. This one's kind of chipped up. And I could have swore I saw a baby turkey wing down here a minute ago, but I've lost sight of it. A nice broad rib cordita. And a little baby scallop. Yeah, I don't know what John's talking about. There's all kinds of fun things in here. Well, you know him. He likes bigger shells and bigger piles, so this is more my game than his. The smalls. Yeah, I lost sight of that. Oh, there it is, right there. I had lost this for a second. Now I found it again, but I don't really want it. It's in really bad shape. It's a little tiny turkey wing. I'm gonna tell Cindy she might want to come up to this pile. Oh, look at our little egret here. Aren't you beauty? Oh my goodness. There's all kinds of littles.
Yeah, look at that.
This is where the high rack got to. See, this all is dry, and this down here is damp. This is where the high water line is. So there's all kinds of shells that like piled up right here on the edge of this.
Spend the whole day right here.
Mm-hmm. Now I've seen piles like this here at Sunset Beach this high. I mean, there after a big blow-in, there's,
Yeah.
and let me tell you something else too. I don't know that you can go in the water with those wheel bearings, but there's a bunch of stuff in the water, a bunch.
I'll rinse them off anyway, so I can go in the water.
So yeah, there's all kinds of fun little things in
usually
here.
a shelf in the water where it collects as well.
There's a nice scallop, it looks like right there.
You want that sponge?
No, I don't want it. They're a trick to clean, those guys, but if you want that, take it. You are going to want to bleach soak it and leave it outside though, because they'll be smelly. Ooh, look, there's a sharp rib drill.
What specific are you looking for?
Well, I like looking for stuff that is a little different. That's a sharp rib drill, for example.
Yep, that's a nice one.
That's a
My mom
cute
would have
little-
found that.
Cute
She
little
finds
sharp
the
rib.
fancy baby conchs, you know.
I like those too.
She would sit down right here and spend hours.
Oh, John and I have done that. We call it pile pawing.
Yeah.
We do that. We'll come and pile paw. Now this pile here, see, Sunset used to get a monster pile of shells right here around the jetty. And then when they renourished all of this and did everything, there was like no shells here for a little while. And they're starting to kind of slowly come back. So I know they're in the water. I know they pile up way down at that jetty too. But that's a haul. That's a haul and a half, like to hoof it down there. Now he, on the other hand, he wants to find bigger piles of bigger shells, and he gets bored fast if there isn't a lot to look at.
Oh,
So he's like, let's go north. And I'm like, well, there's a pile here, and I want to look at it. He's like, there's nothing in there. I'm like, well, I already found 6 things, so I don't know what he's talking
Like
about.
this. You go north. I'm going to go this way.
So him and Luke are going to go north and see what they find. But if we get bored here, we can always go over to Fort DeSoto, too.
I love Fort.
Fort DeSoto's awesome.
I used to fish with my husband there all the time.
You will never guess what I found at Fort DeSoto the last time we went.
What'd you find?
a Wentel trap.
What's that?
Oh, they're a hard little shell to describe. They're small, only about so big, and they look like augurs and serifs, only they have these vertical little blades on them that stick out. If you have your phone, check, like, pull it up on your phone and you'll see.
Just spell the first word.
Wentel. I had to think about it. W-E-N-T-L-E.
Okay.
Trap. Wentel trap. I had to think about that for a second. I
don't
didn't
know
have any
your
coffee.
one, so that's why I asked you.
Oh, no problem.
You're going up or not right now?
No, we're selling.
Yeah, awesome, okay.
Thank you.
Having fun?
Yeah. So it's unusual enough for people to see me on my walker. Now they see two people on walkers. They're like, what is happening? It is.
Ladies with walkers.
Two ladies with walkers digging in a pile of shells.
We're a rare breed.
We are so Florida, okay? We are so Florida. You said you like barnacles. You want this piece? Because there's 3 on there.
That's perfect.
There you go.
Muchas gracias.
Check this out. I want you to see something too.
Yeah.
We see a pile here, right? We don't see a huge
Yeah.
pile.
You know, there's plenty
Look.
underneath. Oh yeah.
Look at all of that.
Yeah.
Look at all of what's
Oh, yeah.
under here. Hey, there's a nice serif right there.
Absolutely. There's a billion underneath.
Yep, there's what we can see is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a load of
10%.
stuff.
10% we can see on top.
Yep. Oh, I gotta get off my knees and straighten out for a minute. My back can't take this.
Gotta get off those knees.
Oh, golly. So I know John didn't think there was anything over here, but I found some neat stuff already. I got some cute augurs and
Well,
serifs and
You know, men generally, where's the mustard? Can't find it. Where is it? On the door of the
Did he
fridge.
show you
We're
that?
staring at it. Can't find it.
Did he show you that talon he found? He got what's known, well, people call them speckled talons, but they're actually a Mexican talon. But they're wide, and then they taper to the back with like this little weird hook on it.
Okay.
Super thin, super fragile.
Does he have it here?
He has it in his tiny jar.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, he's found more junonia pieces than he's ever found those. I'm not even kidding. We got more J's than we have of those talons, so that was a really
Wow.
good find.
I wasn't with John when he found that speckled / Mexican talon, but oh, that's a very cool find. We have found a few of those in our travels, more particularly this side of Tampa Bay, to the north of it, than below it. Although I did get one at Turtle Beach a long while back too. But they're not easy to find. They're gorgeous, thin, fragile little shell. And like I was saying, John has more J pieces than he has of these. I wish we had been together when he found it, but it was a really cool find.
But I got some fun little pieces and little
yeah.
tinies. I like tiny hunting.
I like small, medium, or large. Character and color are what I'm after. You know
That's what I
mean?
call something that's compelling. It has to be compelling for me. Even if it's
Exactly.
broken, I don't really care.
Like a
But if
piece
it's
of a sand dog.
if it's compelling, good shape, good color,
You know,
yeah.
if you were making like a dollhouse or something, you'd use these for stepping stones.
Right, they'd be like little garden
Right,
flagstones.
So it depends on what you're making or what you're doing
True.
as to what you're picking.
Piece of worm snail. I have been saving worm snails for like a year. I have this monster project in mind,
A vision.
a vision, but I don't have nearly enough worm snails, and it might take me another year to collect all the worms I need for
Okay,
it.
now I know that if I find worm shells to save them for you.
Yes. Now, another thing that I'm not seeing here right now, but we normally always find here, is yellow prickly cockles. And they're so pretty, but I don't see any out here today, which is really strange, because normally this place is loaded with them. They're like these guys, only more rounded, and they're bright sunny yellows. But that's a regular prickly cockle there.
Here. It takes one to know one.
Ooh, I like Sarah's.
I know you do.
And this is a weirdo, it's curved. Ah, curved is awesome.
Curvaceous.
Normally this is a straight shell, and this one's hooking. I don't know, it's a dark serif with peyronie's, I guess. I don't know.
Look at this tiny little piece of coral.
Oh, how pretty. That's cute. Yeah, there's more stuff shallower over here. Let's just see what all washes out of here. Because there's a lot. There's stuff rolling around over here for sure. Here's a little juvie and an olive. And ooh, look at you. Most of a little baby horse conch. Gorgeous orange color. So yeah, there are a few fun things over here in the splash zone. I think I'm gonna hang out over here for a few minutes. But so far, I got an olive, most of a horse conch, and a juvenile fighting conch with a pretty purple tip. Lovely. Yep, just when you're able to start seeing stuff is when it gets all wound out. Let's see. A little broken juvie. There you are. Tinted cantharus. Very cool. I knew I saw him in there. Just had to stop him. Tinted cantharus, fun shell.
Alright, so earlier we were in our Florida Living Beaches book here and meeting the ribbed cantharus. Now we're going to take a look at its close relative, the tinted cantharus. You can already tell the shape of the opening is very different. The up and down vertical ribs that are on there are a lot smaller, and of course the shell is darker. So now we've seen both the ribbed and the tinted cantharus in the same trip. How fun! And I love finding these.
Like finding those? Oh yeah, there's a dump truckload of stuff over here. It's whether or not you can see it and grab it fast enough. I mean, you literally have a second of clear where you can look. Take that worm. That's cool. I like this time of year. Normally in the wintertime, we're spending all our time on the shoreline, not really getting wet because it's too cold. And I like this time of year where you get back in the water and start looking for stuff in the water again. It's fun. A little baby olive there. I like water shelling. Of course, it's very challenging right now today. It keeps washing into my shoes. And I bet under sand there's even more. I bet if I loosen some of this, other things will pop out. Ooh, I just saw a turkey wing in there. Are you whole? No. No, not whole. Broken apple murex too. Here's a cute little seraph though. Another auger. And another nice olive. Boy, oh boy. That olive is so nice, I'm gonna have to make sure nothing's in it. No, he's empty. That's some pretty ones. There goes our egret. They're so majestic. What beautiful birds. Whew. Top of a whelk. Gosh, I hope I got a t-shirt in the car too, because I just got splashed right up into my armpit. Dan! Hello, Dolly. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we got a busted whelk, which isn't awesome, but we have a really awesome apple murex. So that will choke up there. Hold on to that apple murex, because that's a good one. Beauty. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of fun things in there. The top of another horse conch right here. Super cool. Yeah, let's watch this pile for a minute. Let's see what we find over here. I'm gonna have to probably slow the footage down when I edit this, just so that you get a chance to see what I'm seeing.
Okay, here's that same stretch of footage just slowed down a little bit to 50% speed so that you have a chance to sort of see what's going on in here. The waves are making everything foamy and everything's moving so fast, but you can catch these glimpses in between the waves and wave sets where you can see all of this stuff on the bottom. And of course, everything's moving so fast that you're basically looking for a bright color or the right shape and hoping that you snap it up quick enough.
Because it is going super fast. A little broken pear whelk. Nope. Thought that was another apple murex, but nope. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if this wasn't swashing all over this should be fun shelling right here, right now. It's really tricky. Hi, little whelk. Got any friends? Let's see. Ooh, another tinted cantharus. That's awesome. There's a little auger in there, a little broken auger. So yeah, lots and lots of goodies right here. One big Gulf dust up, and this beach is gonna be just covered. And look at what I got. And this little broken up pear whelk, but it is a pear whelk, and I don't find those often. Oh, I see another tinted cantharus down there. I really want to get before the waves take it. Ooh. Yes, please. Okay. So I did get this little lightning whelk. It's missing a little of his stem, but that really doesn't bother me. Top of a horse conch and 2 tinted cantharus shells. That's very fun. Oh, little baby lightning whelk, and he's really cute. Oh my goodness. Yep, this is an exercise in patience today. Got that auger too. Well, that's a bummer about that olive, because man, that side of it's really nice. That's a cracked olive. You got some augers, a dark seraph, a beautiful tiny little lightning whelk, and this, which looks like a really old drill or maybe a fossil from like a horse conch or something, but cool. What have we here? Oh, I see what they're doing. They're dropping the ledge. They're getting it so that it smooths out. Aha.
Earlier, I mentioned that the scarping on the dune seemed to be gone, and I thought maybe wave action was responsible for it. But it looks like the county's actually sending people out here to make sure there's no scary, sketchy drop-off that anybody can fall off and get hurt. And what he's actually doing is knocking it down with a rake and with his feet.
I'm glad Cindy's there at that pile shelling so he doesn't do that to the shells in front of her. He'd be burying everything. Alright, what do we got here? I know I grabbed an auger and a seraph in there. 2, 3, 4 of the serifs. Awesome. Here's what we'll keep. Well, maybe not this guy. He's full of holes, but the other ones I will. Alright, let's see what else is in this little pile before I get out of here and take a break for a minute. Whoa! Oh, I just saw a little whelk in there. I think. I did! Look at this little tiny whelk, and he's so pretty. Oh my goodness, and he just got shells packed in there. Nothing in there to bother about. Another little serif. Awesome. Keep that little whelk in that serif though. That's nice. Oh, the boys are back. Just on the other side of the jetty. Ooh, there's a nice worm. Look at that guy. That's awesome. Is that another? It is. Ooh, a fun purple barnacle. I'll give that to Cindy. I know she's looking for those. Another little baby whelk. Awesome. Yeah, I'm having a good time here. Cool beans. Let's see if there's anything over this way. Oh, is that another tinted cantharus? It is. Most of the time when I find these... Huh? Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff out here in the water.
Yeah, in the water.
Yeah, right in this little area. Getting all kinds of junk in my shoes, but I'm finding neat stuff. Will you do me a favor? Cindy wants barnacles. Tell her I just found that one in here for her. Oh, cool. She's wanting barnacles. What'd you find, babe? Did you find any?
Things, actually.
You did?
Yeah, but I mean, not much, but
I don't care if it's a lot. I care if it's cool, baby. What you got?
well, I found 3 of these.
Lucky limpets. Nice. Ooh, and a sharp rib drill. That's a good one, too. Excellent.
Yep, and then
And I found like 4 of these tinted cantharuses today. Usually we can't get them because the hermit crabs are in them. So it's nice to find them empty. And I got a couple of baby lightning whelks, too.
got a bubble.
Ooh.
That's the biggest damn coquina I've ever
There's
seen.
a bunch of these out here, and I'm wondering if they're the, what we call a variable, or if they're those dwarf
And then-
talons.
This is the coolest jingle.
I like these jingles too. I've been seeing these a lot lately, these wrinkly ones, and I don't know if they form on scallops and that's what happens, or if it's a different type of thing altogether. Look at that little tiny whelk, babe.
Hold on.
Isn't that
But
cute?
it thinned out up there pretty bad.
Nice.
We
That
got it
talon
too.
is spectacular though. That's a great find. Everything I'm finding is right out in this little break area out here. And I'm getting splashed and a little wet, but I'm finding nifty stuff. I got an apple murex and the cantharuses, the little whelks. All right, I'm going back to this little pile because it's been productive. I'm pleasantly surprised the boys didn't say they wanted to leave either, which is fun. Olive with a hole on the top of it. Ooh, I saw a little whelk down there. There's a torn up moon snail. Oh, come on now. Where'd that whelk go? I guess the waves moved it. But I did get that cute little juvie fighter conch too. Alright, so this moon is in really rough shape. Oh, I just saw a button snail down there. Missed it. And a cone. I just got a cone. Look at this cute little... What's this guy, the jasper? Because it's taller, not as fat. That's a little jasper, I think. Either dusky cone or jasper cone. They're hard to tell because they're small. So one's just pointier and slimmer than the other, that's all. Fun find right there. That's awesome.
Good heavens, more confusing lookalikes. We have the Jasper cone, aka also called a Stearns, and a Dusky cone here too. And the difference between the two of them is the Dusky is a little shorter and fatter. The Jasper, aka Stearns, is a little more skinny and drawn out, and there's a little bit of difference in the ridging. But boy, those two look an awful lot alike as well.
Oh, I just saw a crown conch, I think. Oh ho, half of a crown. Half of a crown. You teaser, you. Half of a true tulip. Gosh. There's another cantharus down there too. There he is. Really nice little tinted cantharus. And nobody home. Nobody in there. Another little juvie fighter. That's great. Another little olive though. Take that guy. Well, this is fun. I haven't had a chance to just sitting there in the water and shell in the water in a while. I'm enjoying this. You know, I'm getting splashed and what have you. I am enjoying myself very much. Ah. Hey, that's most of a moon snail. That's the closest to a moon snail I've actually gotten today. Let's take a look here what we got. That's in bad shape. Get rid of that. Oh, we got a fistful of other little fun things here. Some juvie fighters, another couple of the cantharus, half of a crown conch, another dark seraph, most of a moon snail, and a piece of true tulip. Ooh, what was that? Wow! That's gonna be from some sort of a top snail. Star shell or something like that. That's going to be one I have to look up because I don't find this one almost ever unless I'm at Honeymoon Island.
Oh my goodness, look at this little cutie pie. This is the American star snail, very closely related to the long spine star snail, and neither of which do we actually see almost anywhere else besides Honeymoon Island. So that was really cool to be able to find this here as well. What a great pull.
So that's going to be a cool find too. So yeah, long spine star snail, and then the American, and I think that's what this guy is. He's really surf worn and beat up, but we'll check the book when we get home and take a look at that. Oh, did I get it? I did. A little baby whelk. Beautiful, perfect little baby whelk. Really nice. Outstanding. And I'm just digging in here with my hand, and there's so much buried under the sand that you can't see. Hey, there we go, a chestnut turban. I knew there had to be some of these guys in here today too. So I got another little baby whelk. Chestnut turban and a little piece of worm. Having a very, very good time here in the surf line. John got his first Wennel trap. And it is a legit Wennel trap. Oh man, that's a nice one. Not sure if that's the Humphreys or the Lamelos. I gotta look that one up. But nice find, babe. Good pull. That's a great little shell. Excellent. And see, after you guys walked up toward Caddy's, I was convinced you were gonna come back here and say, well, we didn't find anything. Let's go to DeSoto or let's go somewhere else. So I'm kind of glad that you guys have been finding stuff and having fun. So what do you think for your first shell outing, Luke?
I think it's awesome.
It's fun, isn't it? And Cindy is enjoying herself immensely over there. She's been piling at that pile now for a while. She's just picking up all kinds of fun things. So we're having a really good time out here at Sunset Beach. All right, we took a little break. Showed each other some of our fun finds. That's the best part about shelling with buddies. And I think we have made a sheller out of Luke. He's enjoying this a lot. This is his first time ever doing this, so he's having a good time. And he's thinking this is going to be way better for him physical therapy wise than going to physical therapy, which I 1000% agree with. When I first started, I could barely go like 100 feet. I could barely keep my balance. I didn't have the strength. And I told Luke, coming shelling has probably done more for me than physical therapy ever did. You're outside, you're in the sun, you got the ocean sounds and the nature, and it's more realistic to like how to train your body to move. So I think we might have just made a new sheller today, which is fun. That would be fun for us to be able to have him and his brother come together. That's cool. Show Cindy that the littles compared to the big guys look like. And is that a lucky limpet? Haha! A lucky limpet out of the surf. That's so awesome. Oh, there's a little teeny tiny lucky limpet. That's awesome. So fun. Well, I'm half tempted to take my bigger scoop and throw it right up there. What you got? Oh, that's an apple murex. That's a really nice find. That's a great shell. Yeah.
And the rest are just junk. I found a little baby.
Oh, yep, that's an old fossilized one. That's a small version of that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So how in the world do they have babies and the babies grow?
Oh, that big one you have right there? This is the small, this is when they're small. That's what they look like when they're little.
So the shell actually grows?
Yes, the animal inside produces more and more. It starts off at this tip, which is called the protoconch.
Okay.
And it grows from there around and around and around and around. And it's already genetically pre-programmed for this patterning and this shape. And it just keeps adding on and adding on. So as the shell gets bigger, see here how some of that's worn off, but you can see the same right there, right?
Okay. Yeah.
The beginnings of it. And as it gets older and bigger, it starts to get thicker and thicker. And
how cool.
but yeah.
You think something like a shell, it's like, oh, that's a rock, it ain't gonna grow.
That apple murex is nice. That's a good shell.
The black one, right?
That this brown one with the oysters on it. And honestly, those will pop off. Like,
yeah.
There, see? It just popped right off of there.
I love that shell, it's cool.
That's a very cool shell. Apple murexes are awesome. And this is a good place to find them. So I'm finding mostly littles over here, so there must be bigger stuff over there toward the jetty and further out, huh?
Yeah, but you gotta be quick.
You do have to be quick.
Be real quick.
Yep. It's a speed sight, speed shell kind of a situation. The waves are getting bigger too, you notice that?
Get some water shoes, because I think walk.
It's hard. It's tough on your feet. I like these kind so that when stuff gets in my shoes, it'll wash mostly out.
Leather, and I didn't want to wear them out.
These ones here, I think, are Clark's, but there's a Tevas or something like that.
I got some ones that are leather, like that.
But something that straps on. If you try to do this in flip-flops, you'll kill yourself. Yep. See, during the wintertime, we can't do this because the water's too cold. And your, waterproof boots only go up so high.
Yeah.
But once the weather is nicer, yeah, there's two fighting conchs out there. So there is bigger stuff. You sure you don't want your bag?
Positive.
Your hands are only going to be able to hold so much before you start dropping them.
And it was time for me to take a break.
Some of those are big.
Hello, anybody home?
Oh, check it out. That bird just caught a fish. It's like Wild Kingdom out here. That's part of what makes it so fun. Ooh, another little teddy canthus. Found an olive a second ago too. Another nice piece of pen shell nacre there. Beautiful colors. And my goodness, there's loads of augers and serrats in here, loads of them. Busted up whelk. You know, what I can't understand is where are all the yellow prickly cockles? This place is like one of the best beaches to find those. I haven't seen anything but pieces of them today. Just tried to get an auger. The wave sucked it out of my hand. So yeah, we're having a great time here today. Very laid back. Sunset Beach, you know, there's people here, but it's not overly crazy crowded. Gosh, I know when I go to, like, to Casperson or whatever to go shark tooth hunting, and you have people literally, you can reach out and touch folks. So it's nice having a little space around you here today. I just picked up that yellow prickly. Isn't that pretty?
Oh, nice.
All right, so this is a fish vertebrae. See all those fun growth rings in there? That's pretty cool. Now, this is going to be from a fish, because you can see the little bony stuff coming off the side. But sometimes you'll find them like this, and they're like discs with just the holes in them, and they don't have those pointy spots.
Right.
Those are from shark.
Oh, wow.
So you can find shark vertebrae as well as fish vertebrae out here too. But that's a cool one. Look at all the coloration in that. That's pretty neat. Need a hand? There you go. I'll get that guy in your bag for you too. And there's my yellow cockle. I've been looking for these all morning. Usually this beach is covered with this shell. Oh, that's a nice little banded tulip. That's a good one.
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we got a friend too. Got a little snowy egret over here hunting in the waves. He's looking for some food. Hi. It's like 6 feet, 7 feet from me. He's so pretty. And goes a little sandpiper kind of guy. Love them too. They're so cute. Ooh, look at you. You're pretty and glossy and nice. Nice light colored olive. That's great. Lovely. Let's see, nearly this much in here before. And I guess goes to show you, you don't have to go at low tide to find shells. Hey, where'd we lose your brother? Oh. Okay. Well, he's really liking this, babe. I think we made a sheller out of him. Oh, it was. I glimpsed it for a second. Come on, water, clear up. Yeah. That's a beauty. And a fun little jingle, which I just dropped. A little tore up moon snail. But he's actually not that bad. And this looks like a piece of a lace murex. Interesting. I haven't seen but 2 or 3 apples today, so finding a lace would be nice. What do we got here? Ah, Tale of Two Cities. Old beat up olive. Nice and glossy olive. Heck yeah. Alright, we'll leave the old beat up guy. And we'll keep this juvie fighter. This nice lettered olive, little moon snail here, and this piece of what looks to be a lace murex. Awesome. Alright, so now we have something going on interesting. One line of shell stuff is building here, and another line is starting to pile up here. It was all just scattered before, but now it's actually like forming an actual line. So I'm going to try my luck here at the shallower one. See if there's anything good, because this is where that fun little horse conch I got came from. And this might be all broken stuff, and it might be bigger stuff out there. I'm not really sure, but nope, not anything. Just a piece of brick. And we're talking like we're getting hungry. So I'm gonna shell a few more minutes here in the water, see what else I come up with, and find my last shells for the day. And one of them is gonna be a little bubble, and the other one is gonna be this juvenile fighting conch. Let's spend a few more minutes here and see what else I can come up with. Oh, that was a nice seraph there in the dirt. Oh, wow, that's a cool one. He's a little bit broken, but that's pretty neat. Kind of neat color seraph there. What other little goodies can we snatch up before we call it a day? Let's see. I see broken fighting conchs. Broken other pieces. It's buried right there. Big slipper snail. More seraphs that are not in great shape. Ooh, there we go. Nice auger. And a nice worm. Excellent. Holding my shells and just getting the sand off of them. Alright, so an auger, a couple more seraphs, a cool worm snail, a bubble, and a little juvenile Florida fighting conch. And those are going to be the last shells I pick up here at Sunset Beach. It's been a really outstanding morning. Made a new sheller out of John's brother. Checking and seeing the progress at the pavilion. Things are moving along nicely. The dunes have not only been repaired, but replanted with dune grass. Birds all over hanging out with us, like our little snowy egret friend here. And all in all, it's been a really fantastic morning. Thank you once again, Sunset Beach. I do love it here.
Sunset Beach and making a new sheller out of John's brother. How fun was that? Oh my goodness. We had a really good time there. And there was a lot more finds that I didn't put into this video because honestly the footage was getting kind of sprawling here. So in the interest of time and trying to make my editing load a little bit easier, I didn't put every single thing that we found in there because there was a lot of repeats. We had a lot of the worm snails found. I found like 6 or 7 of those tinted cantharus, seraphs and augers and juvenile fighting conchs, all kinds of neat stuff. And all in all, we had a great day out there. It was really pretty perfect actually, weather-wise. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold. The water temperature was a little cool, but not unbearable. So, and really, genuinely, the thing that made me the happiest out of this whole trip was how much Luke enjoyed himself because it was the first time he had ever been shelling with us. Now, I'm not sure what kind of preconceived notions he had about it before because we had invited him to go shelling with us before. But I don't know if he thought we were speed running the place or... But once he got out there with us and he realized it's laid back, we don't go at a hard at it kind of a pace. We take our time, we enjoy ourselves, and it's good physically for you, it's good mentally for you, all this stuff. And I think we've made a convert out of him because he's asked a couple of other times to go with us again. So we have really enjoyed this trip to Sunset Beach, and thank you so much to Cindy and Luke for joining us out there for such a great shelling run. Now, if you want to have adventures like these, then you know what you need to do. Get out there and go shelling! I hope you enjoyed all of this shelling funness out here at Sunset Beach, including the fact that there were so many lookalikes too, and we had the chance to kind of compare a few different shells to sort of teach you the differences on a few of them. There are other ones that we will have to cover in some upcoming episodes as well. Like, for example, did you know that there are some shells that look like juvenile fighting conchs? There's a type of cone that looks like them, and a type of a dove snail that looked like them. So hopefully we'll be able to cover that in the near future. In the meantime, take a look up here at the end of the video for some links. We will have another shelling adventure up here and a playlist to the Shelling with Buddies series so that you can enjoy more shelling goodness. Perfect for those long evenings when you just want to close your eyes and listen to the sound of the ocean. Make sure you tune in again next week. We'll see you right here from the beach with another adventure.